everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm your fairy thick mother, and today we're going to be talking about a topic that I didn't really plan to talk about on my YouTube channel, but after thinking about it, I remembered that I created this channel because I wanted to show every side of me, and I think me being an activist is a very important part of my life that has made me grow to the person that I am today. So today I want to talk about the Black Lives Matter movement. Just a disclaimer, this is not going to be an educative video. This is not going to be a video where you're going to come to learn facts about the Black Lives Matter. Oh my god, my English is not even going to let me do this. You're not going to come and learn facts like, most other videos and stuff, because I feel like at this point in 2020, if we really wanted to learn about the Black Lives Matter movement, we would do it. Like one of the big things that when people say, all we need to do is, just someone teach us. No, because you guys have learned about so much of our culture that you guys have appropriated. So if you want to learn about the Black Lives Matter, you can find that information the same way y'all always find information about our culture and the things you decide to, take and appropriate. I am going to be speaking mostly on experiences that my friends and I have experienced, and also on historical things that I've acquired throughout my search and self-teaching of Black Lives Matter and what I represent as a black woman in England today. So that was a disclaimer. Like, some people are not going to agree with me, which is totally fine. Maybe I'm not going to agree with myself 20 years down the line, which is totally fine. We grow every day, and we learn every day. Excuse me for my nails as well, it looks crusty. For the past weeks, I've literally been waking up so angry. Like, I've never been so angry in my life, and most of the reason why there's lots of reasons why I've been waking up angry, but one of the biggest reasons is the fact that people don't understand why people in England, because I'm in England right now, people in England care about the Black Lives Matter, or people anywhere apart from America care about the Black Lives Matter. When we as black people, that's what I'm saying, I'm speaking from experience and about myself. When we as black people see everything that is going on, is exhausting. It's not only exhausting because people will be like, oh, they don't kill people as much in England as they do in America, or they don't kill people as much in Ireland as much as they do in America, or all these places where they'll be learning. It still doesn't change the fact that black people everywhere all over the world, even in Africa, are oppressed, suppressed.
Why? It's just really hard. Have you started recording? I feel like we're about to cry. I actually was. When you do the like, I just want to sneeze. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3.
The way we as, let's say immigrants, immigrated black people, because I went from being born in Africa to coming to Ireland to coming to England, and everywhere I go, there's certain things about being black that I oppress about myself, just so I don't make white people uncomfortable with how black I am, or how, and there's just certain things that about yourself that when you look at, you're just like, oh my god, this is something I can't do, because I'm gonna make this person fear me, or I feel like the murder of George Floyd was the last straw for a lot of black people. It's not, because people keep thinking, oh my god, this is a lot of what's that word, a lot of hassle for one person. Don't get it twisted, this is not just for George Floyd. This is not just for him. This is for the countless amount of people that have been brutally murdered by police people before him, and other cases. This is literally just the last straw. We have been fighting for our rights as equal people, not just in America, for a long time. Even before the whole American thing happened, people were forgetting that a lot of black people were getting kicked out, beat up in China. Nobody really talks about that, and that's what kind of just gets me agitated, because our generation is full of people who follow trends. If like a lot of people that I'm seeing talk about this, they're just doing it because it's a trend. Like, let's take for example the Doja Cat situation. A lot of people are talking about it because it was a trend. That's what our generation is so used to. A lot of people are just especially black people are just tired. Worse, even I'm tired. Like, I've been talking to a lot of my friends, even talking to a lot of my family members who didn't, because I've been talking about this for a long time. I've been on a journey of finding myself as a black woman for a long time, and there's certain things that at certain times of my life I realized, and it shook me. And I talked about it with my family members and stuff, and they didn't understand where I was coming from. But talking to my family members now, their tone have changed. They see where I'm coming from now. They understand what I'm trying to say. Being suppressed as a African immigrant, which I'm telling you, I'm going to speak about this from my perspective, because I know I've talked before even this situation happened. I've talked about this with my friends, and we feel the same. Like, for example, one of the reasons why racism is not talked about in England a lot is because the way our parents teach us. They teach us something to help push us to where we need to be in life. They tell us to ignore it and just keep moving. There's bigger fish to fry, which is our goals and where we're supposed to be in the future. One thing that our parents tell us that I personally still find it hard to understand and comprehend where we're supposed to go with that information is, this is not your country. But at the same time, I've thought about it, like, a lot of the time, because I'm that type of person where I don't want to settle in Europe. Like, Europe has just never felt like home to me, especially after learning about myself and who I am as an African, and about my ancestors, and about where the history of Africa comes from. Europe has never felt like home to me. It's just, I feel like I have seasonal depression. Like, I'm someone, I love to be in the sun. I love to be in Africa. I love to be in, I just love Africa. There's so many, I know Africa is not the perfect place, but there's just so many things about Africa that I love. So me actively taking on myself to study about all of this, I just know this is where I don't want to settle. But every time an African older person asks me that, what do you wanna do in the future? I'm like, I wanna go back home. I wanna go to Africa. Maybe not Cameroon, where I'm from, or maybe no, I wanna settle in Africa. One of my goals is to travel around the world in Africa. They get confused. They're like, why would you wanna do that? Why do you wanna do that? Your family has worked so hard to bring you here. I'm confused. If this is not my home, and I shouldn't worry about racist people because this is not my home, then why can't I go back home? See, that's the problem. That's why I think a lot of parents should try teaching their kids, you should fight for the right thing. A lot of parents should really teach their kids that, you need to fight for what's right. Because a man that stands for nothing falls for anything. A person that stands for nothing falls for anything. We as black people should fight for our right to be respected the same as anybody else. Because there's only one race in this world, there's the human race. So for us to be discriminated against for something we can't help, that's wrong. That is totally wrong. Watching that man cry and say he can't breathe, for a lot of us black people, we were not just hearing him say he can't breathe because there's someone on his neck. We can't breathe. A lot of the time, we can't breathe when we're in school because you don't want to be threatening. You can't breathe when you're on the road because you don't want to be threatening. You can't breathe you're constantly holding your breath. Because in the back of your mind, this is not your country. So anything that happens to you is just not your country. Do you guys see where I'm coming from? Like, I love the fact that my mom gave me that ideology. Like, this is not your country. So you just need to fight for your education and fight for for you to be in a position in life where you can talk and people will listen. That's why I educate myself, because when I talk, I want to be listened to, you know, in a certain way, not like, oh, you know, I'm talking and it doesn't make sense. Like, if this is not gonna be our home, shouldn't we? If this is not gonna be our home, shouldn't we teach our kids to invest in where is their home? Because a lot of parents don't teach that. Our generation, the new generation, we don't learn. The majority of us don't learn that about ourselves. We don't see the value in that. If this is not our home, why can't we teach our kids, teach ourselves, so we're able to teach our kids and our future kids who they really are? A lot of us, we believe our history started from slavery. We need to understand that even though you send your kids to school, the history we learn is biased. They're never going to teach us who we really are. It's hard to find information about who we really are. And it said in the Bible, my people perish for their lack of knowledge. Black people perish because they're not knowledgeable about who they are as black people. That is honestly the simple fact. When I started learning about myself and my history and who I am as a black woman, I stood tall. I started changing. My demeanor started changing. I see myself as royalty. I understood my values a bit more. Not just my values from, let's say, Egyptian gods and queens, even tribally, like looking into my country, looking into, you know, oh God, I wish I could find the words. I'm so emotional, I can't find the words. Looking into my country and looking into who we are, what our tribe stands for. It made me understand myself a bit more. It made me understand my love for music a bit more. Looking at your history will help you know who you're going to be in the future. Trust me, I never believed it. Like, I'm only 21 and seeing my growth after learning about who I am, it's amazing, and it's something that we need to learn, especially our parents. Like, a lot of things that we say to our kids is because we have not emancipated ourselves from mental slavery. There's still certain things, like, for example, I come from a family where I'm the darkest in the family. I'm the darkest in my family. If you look at it, you can clearly see that, okay, you are the darkest in the family. And a lot of the times growing up, when I went to parties, people will be asking me, like, why are you so dark? Oh my God, what happened? Also, I have without makeup, I wish I didn't wear makeup today, because using this example, you can't see it. Without makeup, I have sunburn here, and everybody seems to have a problem with it. People will normally tell me, oh my God, you were so light when you were born, like you were so light when you were younger, what happened? I grew up, I swear to God, anybody who knows my mom can ask her this. I used to say when I turn 18 and I'm allowed to do what I want to do, I'm going to bleach my skin. That's the mentality I grew up with, because I just felt like me being black wasn't good enough. I never got the compliments my sisters got. I never got the compliments that my mom got. Like, I just wanted to be in a place where I felt beautiful, and I thought being lighter skinned was beautiful. We don't teach our kids, we say things without knowing. Oh, don't stay, even when I was in Africa, don't stay out too much in the sun, you're gonna get darker. And it's not just in the African community, it's in the Asian community, it's in a lot of communities. Being darker it's not beautiful, which makes other communities look at us. Because if in your community, the darker you are, the less beautiful you are. Imagine the way they look at black people. And that's the way it is. Sometimes we do or say things without even knowing it, without even seeing it. I have had other communities talk to me and they say stuff and I just look at them. Listen, after watching this video, take time in your friend group. If you have a very diverse friend group, start to listen. Be slow to speak and quick to listen. You will start seeing so many things, especially when you educate yourself. You start seeing so many things that you've never seen before. Honestly, even when I was in school, so many, especially now, I'm seeing so many black men, which is beautiful, talking about the situation. Oh, let's go march, let's support this. But at the same time, when we were in college together, you guys were the brothers putting down your own black sisters. You guys were putting us down in front of other races. Like, they'll be like, oh, black girls are ratchet, black girls are this, black girls are ugly, which is fine. There are some black girls who are ratchet. There are some black girls who are, all of that. But those girls, you can find those girls in every race. In every race. So when you talk about your black sisters in a certain way, there's even a video on YouTube where they're asking young guys in Stratford about what they prefer, dark-skinned girls or light-skinned girls, and the way they were talking about their own dark sisters, and these were mostly dark men. And these guys, like, for me, let me just say this right now. I don't care who you date, whether it's black, white, to each their own. You can't help who you fall in love with. But at the same time, what I don't like is there's so many black men, and I've seen this, especially when I was in college in St. Bernard's. We used to have arguments all the time. And the way guys would talk about black girls, especially dark-skinned girls, like, no, they always shout, they're always this. I'm just like, and then when you see them with their parents are dark. I'm like, you're not just insulting me or my black friend or my dark-skinned friend. You're insulting your aunties, your mom, and you guys will be the same ones who'll be like, don't talk about my mom, don't talk about my mom. But you're talking about someone who's gonna be someone's mom one day. You're talking about somebody who's someone's sister. The same way you don't want someone talking about your sister, your dark-skinned sister, is the same way you're talking about another dark-skinned sister. When you demean your own people in front of other people, you're giving them the leeway to talk. I just feel like we just need to do better. We need to be very cautious of our words, especially words about ourselves. Because when you make fun of dark-skinned people, you're not just making fun of girls that are dark-skinned. You're also making fun of yourself. You're also making fun of yourself, whether you like to think about it or not. And things like, oh my god, things like when we get, like, I remember once in Ireland, I got in trouble because I said something I shouldn't have said it, but there was a girl I had an argument with, and I was just like, I was talking to my friend, I was like, oh my god, she makes me so angry, sometimes I just want to punch her face. That's what I said. I shouldn't have said it, but I was talking to my friend. Her friend overheard me, went and told the principal. I didn't do nothing. With the amount of things that happened between me and this girl, I never touched her. But the school called my mom, and when my mom came down to the school, all my mom could say was like, oh, sorry, I'm so sorry about that, I'll talk to her, she shouldn't have. No one asked me why I said certain things. No one asked me, oh, what happened. And after that, the girl's father came and threatened me. I was walking home with my friend, and the girl's father pulled up to me. I was like, what the hell? Pulled up to me and threatened me. The school didn't talk about that. The school didn't, I reported it. The school didn't call her parents in. And even if the school did, her parents will come in shouting. Yeah. She was white.
Okay.
Her parents were coming shouting, but my mom came in very apologetic. We need to start standing up for our kids. Talk to your kids and be like, what happened? Stand up for your kids. It doesn't matter if they're in the majority of people in school are white. We're in 2020. Everybody has seen a black person. Everybody has seen a black person, whether it's on your TV or it's on everybody has seen a black person. We need to start standing up for our kids. Even like, because people think, Ireland, it's Ireland, there's not a lot of black people. Even in my college, when I was in my college, one day I was with my friends. We were all in a classroom together. This wasn't a class time. We're all in a classroom together, just chilling, having fun, laughing. I managed to fall off a chair. I'm telling you this for a reason. And we were all laughing. A teacher came in and we were still laughing because I fell off the chair. It was really funny. It was a funny moment. I was laughing really loud. And we Africans were normally loud people. Most of us are normally loud. We're laughing. Next thing I hear is one of my favorite teachers was like, oh, we seen you fall off a chair. I'm like, oh Lord, I thought teachers don't talk about us outside school, outside class time, and I thought, why would you guys even be looking at a video of me falling off a chair? And he said it was because a teacher reported me that I was being threatening. That word, threatening, that white people like to use when they see us, it's a very dangerous word. A lot of people would tell me, like, from when I moved to Ireland, I have a very stern face. If I don't have anything, if I'm walking down the street, I'm not going to be smiling down the street. And there's a lot of white people with stern faces. I'm not going to be walking down the street like this. I'm not. So immediately you just think I'm a threatening person. If you know, I can be threatening if I want to. I'm that type of person. I know when I can be threatening. That's why when things happen, I walk away. Because I know I can be threatening. But if you know me, you know I'm the nicest person ever. It takes a lot to get me to that point where I will be threatening. It takes a lot. I'm a very forgiving person and I'm a very calm person. Even if my mom always knows me, she says if anything ever happens, I'll be like, yeah, Cindy did it, but what did you do? Because it takes a lot to get her there. The teacher, I was so angry. I went and talked to the teacher. I was like, if you guys are taking this woman seriously, knowing the amount of things that I do in this school, I'm that person. When I'm in school, I love to make sure everybody has the best experience they've ever had. So I was part of the student council. I even created a culture society. I love to make sure everybody, especially my black sisters, have a good time. And I was really one of those people that was just like, you know what? I want people to know about our culture. Like, let's teach them about this. But I'm in that point in my life where I don't feel like it's our job. I don't feel like it's black people's job to teach anybody about our culture, cultural appropriation, and anything like that. There's the internet. So many people have been doing it since before I was even born. People have been trying to teach people. If you want to educate yourself about something, you will educate yourself about it. Because really think about it. Think about it properly. There's been so many musical genres that white people have copied to the point where you don't even know it was created by black. I didn't know for a long time that rock was created by black people. I thought it was a white people thing. When I found out, I was shocked. I was like, what? There's just so many things, and I just feel like I can't put all my thoughts into. I'm sorry I'm mumbling and I'm skipping from subject to subject, but it's just one of those things that I've just even with the way the media portrays us, there's a reason why subconsciously we think a certain way about black people. It's because the way the media portrays us. Think to yourself, why is it so hard? Let's say, okay, you can find positive male role models on TV, Michelle Obama, all these people. But it's so easy to find negative representation of black people. You have real basketball wives. You have loving something Atlanta. You just have so many things that make black people look rowdy. And there are some black people like that. I'm not going to lie. There's some black people like that. I can be very loud. I'm a loud person. I genuinely.
I'm literally in the background laughing. I'm laughing at my accent. No, you say loving something Atlanta. I don't know what's called. I'm actually so vexed right now. Were you trying to talk about love and hip hop, or are you talking about a real housewife of Atlanta? I don't even know. Okay. But anyway,
back to the subject, right? There's just so many things. There's just so many shows that, even I enjoyed watching. Sometimes I enjoy watching it, just watch it part time. But these are not positive representations. There's so many people doing positive. So many black people doing so many. What's that word?
Impactful.
So many. Impactful things. Thank you. So many impactful things. Like and a lot of people are like, black people, how come black people haven't tried to, create their own stuff? Da, da, da. Have you ever heard of Black Wall Street? Have you ever heard? Not 1 or 2 or 3, I think it's 3 times was it burned down. It was a place where black people successfully built so many companies, built a place where black people were thriving. It was burnt down. So there's so many things out there that constantly you get. Lord, I'm getting so emotional talking about this. It's tiring. When we're marching, we're not just marching because another person got killed in America. We're marching because of so many things. So many things that I can't even put into one video. So many things. There's the thing, and not just to us, the first generation. Like, I heard my mom tell me she's had eggs thrown on her because she's black. When my mom goes to work, my mom's words. She's had workers tell her that, you're black, go back to your country. My auntie is a nurse, and she's had people tell her that I don't want an injection from you. I don't want it. There's videos of people, there's pictures of people making fun of a black man being killed by police, knowing how painful that is. I'm gonna insert a few. Knowing how painful it is and how many people are grieving from that, they're still doing it. Watching that video, I don't know how anybody, I don't know, maybe it's because I'm black. But when I seen that video, this could have been my uncle, this could have been my cousin, this could have been my friend. A black grown ass man crying for his mom. Does anybody understand? I don't know why we're still having this conversation. It's so black and white to see the discrimination. And another thing, why the fuck in 2020 are we still so surprised about a black person from Africa that can speak good English? Coming to this country, to Ireland or here, every time people are like, where are you from? I'm like, Cameroon. They're like, oh my God, you speak such good English. Yes. Coming to Europe made my English worse. Because most of the time, people our age speak slang. Even now, because I've just been speaking slang, my English is just doing the madness. If you watch because the other day I was watching videos about the Biafra War, and the way we're portrayed in the media makes us so surprised. I was surprised how etiquettely they were speaking back in the days. The portrayal of us affects us, even though we know we're not what is being shown. I used to be one of those people that be like, you don't act black. I do still believe that there's some people who deny the roots, the African roots, and who they are as a black person to make other white people feel comfortable, but not in the same way I believed it in the past. For me, if someone was speaking some type of way in the past, I'd be like, why are you trying to act white? Like, well, why are you trying to act like you know who you are? Or if someone likes a certain type of music, I'd be like, that's some white shit. The way we see ourselves being portrayed, no matter how we try to deny it, it affects the way we see each other. That's why you need to surround yourself with positive things. You need to surround yourself with things that are going to teach you about yourself, the truth about yourself, the truth about your history. Because that's part of you. The same way that white people can't deny that the sins of their forefathers is not part of them. It's part of you. That's why you need to be fighting to stop it. I'm not saying all white people are racist, but I'm saying even for the ones that are not racist, there's still some things they do subconsciously that are racist and they don't know about it. You need to accept that it is and keep going. And another thing, When you ask black people, what did I do to offend you? And they tell you, and you tell them they're pulling a race card, why ask in the first place? Why make me waste my time trying to explain to you why I'm feeling a certain pain just for you to tell me that I'm not really feeling that pain? I'm just faking it. Are you me? Do you know my pain? Do you understand it? You don't want to understand it. Anyway, I don't want to make this video too long. I know it's already been long, but if you like topics like this, or please comment down below if you've had any experiences like this. Let me finish with what I think we can do to help us change and to help an actual change, because a lot of people just go into marches and stuff, and which is a good thing, but things you need to do is learn about your culture, learn about your history, so you don't make the same. History is there to teach us so we don't make the same mistakes in the future. Learn about your history, learn about who you are, because that will help you learn what you want to change about yourself or what you want to keep about yourself. Black businesses, if you're a black man or woman and you have an idea, go for it. Work hard on it. Support other businesses. Even though it's hard, do it. Invest in your country if you truly believe that this is not your fight. If here, Europe, changing Europe is not your fight, invest in your country. Learn about your country. Uplift your country. Every chance I get, I will never ever deny being Cameroonian. I don't care what state Cameroon is in right now. I will never deny it. Be proud of who you are. Nigerians are so proud of who you are. You can't tell them nothing. Which is a good thing. Keep learning about your culture. Don't let that go. Show love to your black sisters and brothers. Show love. I'm honestly being serious. Uplift. You don't have to date black girls if black girls are not your preference. You don't have to date black boys if they're not your preference. But show love. When you show love, it's like a mirror. It bounces back. When you show love to other people, I'm that type of person. If you're friends with me on Instagram, I post so many black people, and it's not just celebrities or people on this page. When I see someone's looking beautiful, I share so everybody else can see. Look at my friend, she's looking beautiful. Look at my friend's friend, she's looking beautiful. That's why I do it. I don't really do it that much to guys because I don't want somebody to come at me saying I'm sharing that boyfriend. But share. Like if you see something is looking beautiful, if you see someone's looking beautiful, uplift them. Like a smile's not gonna kill you. You know, when you see someone walking down the road, be like, you're looking beautiful. Be kind. Just love your people, love your culture. If you have any event to go to, just wear your culture proudly. Have conversations, even no matter how uncomfortable it may be. Have conversation with your family. Have conversation with any white person that tries to tell you something that you know is not right. Have them conversations, because those conversations is what's gonna bring us further to the future. It's what's gonna create that change. Have those conversations. You know, when you say this, it's actually not right. When you say this is actually not me, my teachers know me in class, every geography class, everything. I'd be like, that's not right. Like, okay, that might be part of the truth, but that's not all of the truth. You're not gonna sit here in class with people that after we leave this class, they're gonna look at me like I'm from some, yes, teachers like, oh, there's some parts in Africa that doesn't have clean water, but there's also some parts in Africa that look 100 times better than anywhere in Europe could ever look. Stop. We really need to start educating ourselves and start pushing for the change. I feel like pushing for the change in schools, because if that's where you send your children to go get taught, they really need to fix the curriculum. Because the way they teach us in school, it puts certain thoughts in people's head. If the only page about Africa is gonna be that there's no clean water, no nothing, that's the way people are gonna think. Even in movies, they need to change that. Before I leave you here, one thought. Have you ever thought to yourself why in every slavery movie, all the slaves are black? Which is cool because slaves were black. But why is that in every Egyptian movie, all the pharaohs, all the people, the citizens and everything are white. Think to yourself, teach yourself. Thank you very much for watching the video. Please like and subscribe. Okay guys, so bye bye. Stay large and in charge, educate yourself, and be blessed and highly favored.